The blessing of community. We've been hearing different ways that Community Protestant Church in particular has been a blessing. We've heard from some of our own members, but today we've invited some special guests with us who are not a part of our community. In fact, they are mostly parts of other different communities, but who have observed the blessing of our church and its work in the world. Our first guest is Susan Zentz. Susan is very much involved with the Mundelein lunch program as a coordinator, founder of that event. She was a member of Kirk of the Lakes, and we haven't convinced her to join us yet, but my efforts continue. Welcome, Susan. We're so glad to have you with us this morning, and thank you for your willingness to share.
Thank you. Well, I'm talking more about the blessings of your church, Community Protestant, in the community. As some of you know, and as Pastor Alex just said, I was a member of Kirk of the Lakes, and several years before we closed our doors, we did an evaluation of our church. One of the questions that we asked each other was, if we closed our doors today, would anyone in the community notice? And we had to admit the answer was probably our preschool parents would notice, the Cub Scout troop that met there would notice, Kirk players used our church from time to time, the theater group, and other organizations, AA. We loved all the people that came to our church, but we weren't going out into the actual community ourselves. This prompted us to look for a way to serve those in need in Mundelein. However, we soon realized we didn't have enough members to take on a continuing mission project. So our pastor at that time called other pastors, a meeting was held, and that was the beginning of the Mundelein lunch program. And Pastor Alex was one of those pastors and continues to be a key member of our planning committee. He set up and continues to maintain our website. So please keep him around because honestly, I don't think any of the rest of us know how to do what he does. Last summer there were 70 plus volunteers representing 7 churches and various other organizations joining us as we served the families at 2 parks. And I say families, I originally had children, but this last year, we were serving the parents too. And that was a difference from when we started. And that was with the blessings of the Northern Illinois Food Bank. They encouraged us to do that. I continue to hear from churches in other communities who are interested in learning how we got our lunch group organized. And I do my best to explain how that all worked. And we also have parents and neighbors from the areas we are serving who have asked if they could be a part of it, help serve. We've had middle and high school students volunteer for community service hours. Also, teens and adults who have been in legal trouble. Many, after they have finished their hours, ask if they can return and just be involved in helping others. For as it's written in the Bible, as each has received a gift, use it to serve one another as good stewards of God's varied grace. 1 Peter chapter 4, verse 10. When my church closed 1 year ago, many of our members worried whether they would find another church to join. However, I knew that wouldn't be a problem because I had made so many friends from all of the churches that were serving the families at the parks. And when I first visited here at your church, and this was back in, I don't know, spring or last winter sometime, I was amazed at how many friends I recognized, both from the lunch program and also from the Lake County Yes Coalition and from Mundelein Stand Up. You folks have been a part of the community. So yes, when we closed our doors at the Kirk, and that was a year ago, the community did notice, and your church was an important partner to our church's efforts to serve those in need in Mundelein. Thank you and God bless you.